Anyone like my new Voltron shirt? It's completely irrelevant to today's topic, but you know, I love it. Hey guys, and welcome back to Chic and Geek. Today it's just me, Lucy, because we're doing another Geek episode in which I am talking about this absolutely amazing book, my favourite book that I've read in 2018, so last year, called The Shadow Girl. It's probably not very well known about, but like, it is actually like the best book I have read in a very long time. I'll do a non-spoiler review, overview. So, Shadow Girl starts off with this girl who is in a really horrible situation. Both of her parents are gone, and she ends up with her uncle and auntie, and her uncle's like really creepy and weird and perverty. And then she writes this thing for school, and it kind of talks about her home life and how horrible it was with her uncle and everything. And then the school gets really worried, and then her uncle and auntie take her out of that school before, you know, anything happens. So now she's at home and they're trying to find her a new school, and the uncle still threatens her and everything. She decides that no, she needs to make a run for it. She needs to get out of this life. So she then makes an escape, and she ends up living it rough on the streets. So that's an intro and non-spoilery version. The book, it's really well written and it's based off of a true story. It's got really interesting concepts and constructs, and the protagonist in this story, the Shadow Girl, she's never given a name, but it's still just absolutely astounding. I would recommend this book to absolutely everyone, as long as like you're mature enough to understand certain themes and issues. Anyway, so I'm gonna do some spoilers now. So there aren't very many plot twists throughout this book, but there is one huge one, and that is her creepy uncle turns out to actually be her dad. So that's very weird. But then we're also introduced to like some absolutely amazing characters and really interesting representation. The Shadow Girl makes a whole pile of friends while she is living it rough on the streets. By the way, the main character is like 13 at the start of the book. She's a child. So she makes friends with a dude called Alistair, who helps her with like street smart and stuff like that. And she makes friends with a teacher when she got into a new school while she was homeless. And this teacher is Miss Taylor, who by the end of the book has actually adopted her and is her actual guardian. And Miss Taylor is like the best person in the entire universe. And then one of the other biggest characters in this book is Cinderella. Cinderella is amazing, and her tale is so sad and unfortunate. Like, a lot of bad things happened to her. Her mum kicked her out. Some horrible things happened to her while she was living there. So, and she essentially saved the Shadow Girl from the bad situation she was in, and they just immediately became best friends, and their friendship was absolutely beautiful. Then, when the saddest things happened, that was that Cinderella died, and oh god, it was so sad. Like, I was on my bed reading that and I was just sobbing. The characters were written so well that they seemed so real. And yes, this is based off of a true story, but like, you could just feel these characters. they just felt like they were there right with you, telling you the story rather it being written down on a page. This book covers some like really intense themes and issues and whatnot. These include like the loss of innocence, homelessness, obviously, faith, education, friendship, and abuse, just to name a few. But again, this book covers some really dark topics, but it's still humorous. So it's really philosophical, and by the way, this book does have swearing in it. So I would just like to make a disclaimer that if you are going to read this book, I mean, it does cover like really intense topics as well, which I've already said. Just to be wary that there is swearing and really intense topics, and also quite vivid imagery. So just be wary of that fact before you read it. Although you should definitely read it. It's a real eye-opener, and it's just such a great story. And in this book, we also have like interview scenes between the author of this book, John Larkin, and the main character, or the protagonist. And it's really interesting. They help to keep the story moving along and give some insight and context. And it's just really, I can't praise this book enough. It's so well written. There's so much, it's so realistic and wonderful, and just read it, guys. I don't know how many views this video is going to get, but anyone watching this video, you should read this book. It is so amazing. This is probably like the worst review in the entire universe, but that's fine. I'm still learning, guys. My reviews and rants will get a lot better. And I've got a couple of other video ideas. I want you guys to let me know what you think of them. So I think I might do like a read fan fictions with me or something like that. So you guys can pick out a couple of fan fictions for me to read, and I will just read through them, and we'll just have a laugh together and just have some fun with that. If you guys want, I could still do a review for the first season of She-Ra or The Dragon Prince, or both even. I want to review 2 books from the author Claire North. So those books would be The First 15 Lives of Harry August and The Sudden Appearance of Hope. I think that's all of the videos that I really want to do. Let me know any other videos you want me to do, like any books you want me to review, or any TV shows you want me to review or rant about. Let me know. I'm open to all of that. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a lot shorter than my Voltron rant. I apologize for how long that was. Like, subscribe, comment any books or TV shows or movies you want me to review or rant about. By the way, I also like musicals. And just anything else fangirl based, I guess. So yeah. And also tell me what you thought. If you have read this book, tell me what you thought of it. And hopefully if you haven't, I've promoted it to read. So there's the video. I will hopefully see you guys shortly in the next video. So bye!